Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Emily Pearl Show live. Yes, we are late. Somebody tried to hack into my studio account, and I couldn't broadcast at 7. I had to give them permission again to access my Facebook account and prove that it was me. So anyhow, let me take Sybil off. She's trying to get in touch with Linda. All right. So yeah, let me put in hello and welcome, and then I know that we are broadcasting from all of our pages. Okay, there's Emily Pearl's page. There's 901 Show, TPS, Public Domain. Where is the Emily Pearl Show? I guess there we go. Pearl's Politics and the Emily Pearl Show and Pearl Showcase. Front page should be coming in. There you go. All right.
Nice.
All right, so now we can get this show on the road. We already got our guests in. And Kathy, take it away. Introduce who we got tonight.
Most certainly. Okay, first of all, to my right next to me is John KLEIMAN from Indiana, and his manager, the Ace DURAN. And yep, he's from Vegas, and he's there with Bobby Helms. So I can't wait to get the show on the road.
All right. So we got Linda coming in, and we got several of the co-hosts of the Moses coming in. Hello, everybody. We got the whole gang here now. Yay! I think that deserves a hand clap from everybody, including us, right? Because we were not expecting it. Somebody was trying to hack my account, y'all. I must be getting too famous. They don't work with you. They don't even bother to try to hack your account if you're not anybody, right?
That's true.
So, all right, then. Okay. So, welcome, John, to the show. We're so happy to have you. Ace, we are tickled to death to have you as well. All right. Can everybody say amen? Let's give them a welcome.
Yeah.
Now, we got to do some sharing all over again and get everybody coming in. Hi, Mary. Welcome. And I got to share everybody. We got to share to our messenger all over again now and tell them that we're live. We're late. But Kathy, can you go ahead and tell us about our fabulous guests?
Okay. First of all, I guess I'll start with John KLEIMAN. He was a close friend and manager of Bobby Helms, and for the last 10 years of his life. And he handles the music for Bobby Helms, including Jingle Bell Rock. So we can't wait to hear about it. And My Special Angel. So, hey, John, welcome to the show.
Hey,
well, thank you,
John,
Kathy.
welcome.
Hey, nice to be here.
So, where did you meet? Where did you meet Bobby Helms?
Bobby was doing a show back in 1987, and I went to that appearance, his personal appearance, because I had been involved in a film project and I wanted to use My Special Angel in the movie. And when I contacted the people who had the publishing side of it, it was very expensive. So I went to the show and I told Bobby I wish I could have used his song My Special Angel in the film I was producing. He said, you should have gotten in contact with me. He said, I have another copy of that. And he said, I would have licensed it to you at a really good price so it could have been in your film. So that's how I met him. And about 2 weeks after that concert, he gave me a call and said that he'd like to know if I would take him on and do management for him. We struck up a friendship immediately, and we knew we'd get along. And two Hoosier Rule boys kind of in the same business. And I knew about Bobby, obviously, and I grew up in the 50s. And when Jingle Bell Rock and My Special Angel came out, I was like 8 or 9 years old, but I know I listened to them on the radio, and I danced to Jingle Bell Rock in kindergarten to a Christmas show. So it was kind of, I never believed I'd ever be working with the man or ever become really close friends with him. And he was a very dear friend. That's how I met him.
That's so special. So, and now you're working on holograms as well with Ace, right? So Ace, can you tell us a little bit about your company? It's Dream No More Studios. It's also has digital double artist capabilities, and it's an agency. And they work through the creative artist agency. So welcome, Ace.
Thank you.
All right.
So, yes.
Welcome. So glad to have you. Holograms.
Very, very happy to be here.
Holograms. We used to see that. We are accustomed to seeing those like in the science fiction movies. Is that the kind that you make?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, I was very intrigued by technology after kind of just immersing my life with the love for Star Wars. And I think that kind of took me on the direction of where technology could be. So in 2008, I started exploring the technology and found out there wasn't too much going on in the holographic space. But I did find a company called Musion in London who were doing holographic illusion images for fashion shows. And so I was really intrigued about that technology, and I just wanted to dive deeper into it. Through some investigation and studying, I realized that Hollywood wasn't making use of this technology. So I tried to take the two and put them together, and thought possibly we could bring the Beatles back for a performance.
Wow.
And that was in 2010. And So, I pitched the concept and design of what we could do with bringing back the Beatles to actually Ringo Starr's manager, Bruce Grackel. And Bruce thought it was a crazy, ridiculous idea because there was two Beatles still alive, Ringo and Paul, correct? But, my pitch to them was that we could bring the Beatles back all young again so that a new generation could see that performance. And so they said, we'll pass, but you know what, we'll keep your number on file. And my next step was to go to the Elvis Presley estate, which they were really intrigued, and they said yes. And we actually built an Elvis Presley avatar hologram, and it was successful. And we sent that out to a lot of people in Hollywood. And I got a phone call with a gentleman named Rick Barlow, who was running the Tupac Shakur estate. And I went in and I pitched to Rick and Afeni Shakur, Tupac's mother. And she said, you know what, Ace, if you could make this happen, I could dream no more. And, my company wasn't created at that point, but I thought that would be a great name for a company. And so 2011, we're sitting kind of waiting by the phone and just waiting for some money to come in to make this happen. And Dr. Dre came in and funded the whole thing. Yeah.
Get out of the city. No, really?
Yeah. So
I think I saw that the hologram with Elvis, and who was it? I've seen that. It was a hologram of Elvis, and he was singing with somebody. It was on It was on
America's Got Talent. They had a hologram on.
It may have been it, and that was your hologram.
Yeah,
that wasn't my hologram.
I actually saw you. I'm sorry.
Kind of a secondary edition of the Elvis hologram. Our hologram that we created for the Elvis Presley estate never seen the light of day, but we got to showcase that to a lot of big companies and brands and corporations to kind of get them to buy into the technology. But we showed it to Afeni, and that what sold her on the Tupac hologram. 2012 came, Tupac shows up, and it just blows up, and 50 million Google hits, and his estate rose by 100% in 6 months, and everything just went crazy. And then 2 years later, the Michael Jackson hologram showed up at the Billboard Awards, which I wasn't a part of, but they did a fantastic job. But because of our success with the Tupac hologram, I built the company Dream No More with my partner Luke Schaft, and we've been doing a lot of cool projects and working in that virtual space. And one of the big projects we did was the first ever I Love Lucy hologram with CBS, and that was really exciting. So we're having a great time. I spoke to John about 6 months ago about the possibilities of working together, and obviously bringing back Bobby Helms for every major Christmas event. You name it across the globe. It's just kind of a no-brainer. So that's our goal right now. bringing back
Yeah.
Bobby Helms to sing Jingle Bell Rock and My Special Angel in incredible places.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
okay,
Yeah,
then.
I had the privilege of seeing your Tupac hologram, and man, when
Oh,
I
you
did,
did too?
yeah, I actually saw it. Yeah, I mean, it was awesome work, man. It was so kind of, it just grabbed your attention and it kept you there like he was really there. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
awesome
I
work,
love
man.
holograms.
Awesome.
I
Yes,
gotta
it's
figure
indeed
out some
magic.
kind of way. I gotta figure out some kind of way to use a hologram in my series, in one of the episodes of my series. Maybe, maybe we
Well,
can
that would
have
be something.
maybe we can have a murder, a hologram murder.
Yeah, I like to see you put him to jail.
Well, if you do it at Christmas time, we could have Bobby Helms in it singing Jingle Bell Rock.
Yeah.
The big
Oh
studio,
yeah, that would work. Wow, that would really
Yeah, I like
work,
that.
John. Gotcha. That's great.
the box.
I got it now. Thank you.
the
That is
animation
that
studio
gonna
who did
work for you, Ace?
Yeah,
Would that
absolutely.
work for you?
I was going to mention that the animation studio who actually created the virtual avatar was Digital Domain, and those were the people behind Titanic. So, our part was bringing in the creativity and tying together technology and producing the team. And, without Digital Domain producing the actual avatar and Dr. Dre funding it, I probably wouldn't be on this Zoom meeting call with all you guys having a great time.
Oh wow, that is just so awesome. Thank you so much. That is just it's unbelievable. You
Yeah.
just made my whole week coming up for next
I
week.
know.
Yeah, I knew you all would love it. Okay.
Yeah. And so John,
Mhm.
you are the you got all the rights. You are the what is that word?
License.
Well, I have the right of publicity for Bobby, which means no one can reproduce his voice or likeness without my approval.
Yeah, you have the copyright
That's
ownership, right?
Right.
Gotcha. So you are the licensor, right?
That's right. And for not only for Bobby, but for a lot of the federal trademarks for the use of Jingle Bell Rock on products, and also for My Special Angel on products. I have it for candies and beverages and things like that.
Right, and the products too. Yeah, that is so awesome. And you knew Bobby how long?
I knew Bobby the last 10 years of his life.
Did you?
Yeah.
Isn't that
Wow.
something? And where did you guys meet?
He was a great guy. Everybody loved him. All the other performers who would be on shows with him, and I've met most of them at some point in time.
Yeah.
During the 10 years, they just loved him. He was an honest, hardworking person
Musician.
who had great values.
Yeah. I'll tell you. Yeah, everybody knows Jingle Bell Rock. I mean, even the little kids of today,
Yeah.
And I mean, that is just it's unbelievable. And you guys became best friends.
Yes, he was
That's
one
wonderful.
of my two best friends.
Okay. And the other best friend?
Other best friend is a business partner who worked with me on the film project back in 1987, and we still are best friends and see each other on a pretty regular basis. It's nice to have a lifelong friend.
Yeah. Which friend was that?
Oh, well, his name is Kelly. And
I mean, the movie. What was
the
the movie?
movie? The movie starred Claude Akins. I don't know if you know who Claude Akins was, but he was a
Oh, I
Hoosier as
do.
well.
He's a great actor. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and starred Claude Akins, and the name of the movie was Push Too Far, and it was a low budget movie. It cost us a little over $600,000 back in 1987. We released it in '88.
Did you say $600,000?
Right.
Yeah, and you call that low budget? I wish somebody would give me $600,000 to do my movie.
Yeah, we think $500 is low budget.
Well, see, back then you had to shoot on 35 millimeter film and
Well,
have
that's
directors
true.
went and see.
Didn't have technology like now. Yeah.
Yeah, now you can just take a video camera out and make a movie, or yourself.
Yeah, because my movie cost me out of my pocket a little over $2,000, and most of that was for the editing.
Sure.
because I paid a editing company in England to do my editing for my film. And so far, according to the stats from TikTok, it has gotten over 433 million views. And
Oh,
I didn't
great.
even,
Wow.
and I didn't even know that. I know when I put it out and released it in 2017, it ran on Amazon for a whole year, and then it went to a German platform for streaming, a German streaming platform called
Mhm.
Pantherflix, and I think that it was really international, covered quite a few countries in the UK, and then it went to Plex, and then Tubi and Roku. So, but that's over a period of 5 years. So when you think about it, in 5 years, it's averaging what, uh, it's still pretty good.
Oh,
Yeah,
so I'd say
5 year
that's very
period.
good.
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
real low
well,
budget 2000.
Yeah, because if I tell people that, but you have to be smart. Now, thanks to technology, you can do a lot of things with little amount of money.
Correct.
As long as you got quality. The main thing is visual, audio, and the script. Just three main ingredients. With technology today, you can create a really good low quality product. And what happened with me, Ace and John, is that God spoke to me and told me to do a movie. I never even thought about doing a movie before in my life.
Mhm.
And I was like, you don't question God, but I did that night. I said, what in the world would I do a movie about? And, spiritually, it just told me you write what you know about. And see, at that particular moment in time, I was watching the picture. Linda, you're frozen. Can you kind of like move around? You've been frozen for quite some time.
Where are
And
we, sir?
yeah, you got the pretty smile, but you're frozen. Then you got to move around and get your camera going. Loosen up your camera because mine is wavy too. But back to the story. At that moment in time, I was watching Perry Mason,
Mhm.
and I've been watching Perry Mason ever since I was 6 years old. And all through the years I've watched Perry Mason every week. I watched Perry Mason since 6 years old. That was the most thing I knew about in movies. So that was why he said, "You write what you know about." And I was watching Perry Mason. I said, "I know about Perry Mason. I know every episode. I mean, I can almost quote what the character is gonna say because I've probably seen every episode at least 55 times, if not more.
Wow.
Because I actually do tell them what they say. I mean, I do when I'm watching it. I know what the next line is going to be. That's just how long I've watched it. And I said, I know Perry Mason through and through. And also, spiritually, I was inspired by God that this movie should be a clean movie, clean cut, no profanity, no nudity, nothing with sex, none of that stuff. Just a good old fashioned Leave It to Beaver Cleaver movie, you know? And that's
Mhm.
what I made. And I think, based on my surprise of how many views it got, I think that people now are just sick of the filthy movies. And because they can't sit down and watch a good family movie with their kids. Because they got at least a couple of curse words in them. And I made sure that there was not a single word out of character, and that
Our, our
everybody.
movie, our movie was a PG movie, and one of the thrills was going to the theaters because we had theatrical release. Going to the
Uh-huh,
theaters and watching kids go in because it had karate in it and a world karate star, and the kids
yeah,
would come out and they'd be doing the karate moves, but had it had bad language in it, the parents would have never taken their kids to.
exactly. And when we did our movie premiere at the Malco theaters here, we did our premiere at two Malco theaters, and the kids were able to come. People were able to bring the whole family out to watch, and
Sure.
so I think it got a lot of recommendation from family parents, because they say, well, this is a clean movie. It's good drama. It's good courtroom action, you know, and no stuff in it, no mess in it, you know.
I
Yeah,
understand
that's
completely.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well,
Great.
Kathy, you got some
Yeah.
more questions?
oh, sure. Yeah. Well, John, can you just highlight a little bit about the excitement of the release of Jingle Bell Rock on Monday?
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess
Or you want
the most important thing is that I didn't think that Helmut would come up with the talent that he's come up with. The singers we have are really good. And for example, we have Marcelito Pomoy, who is on America's Got Talent. He's the man who has the high voice and the low voice. He's there. We have Skip Martin, who is lead vocalist for Kool and the Gang and Daz Band. Of course, we have Elaine Presley. She does a great job
Yeah.
on it.
Beautiful job.
Yeah, she does a beautiful job on it. And then we have singers that had hit records in foreign countries during their heyday. I'm not saying they're retired, but they were like 80s singers, and they're still active. And they took the time, and it's just a privilege that they would sing Jingle Bell Rock along with Bobby. And I know Bobby would say, didn't think you'd ever get this done, but boy, am I glad you did. Because they're going to be associated with Jingle Bell Rock, and Bobby's going to be associated with some new audiences that may not have a chance to hear Jingle Bell Rock in their own language. And it's the first time it's
Right.
in German and French and Italian, and it'll be in Russian and a lot of different languages. Like I said, we're up to about 15 different languages.
Wonderful.
That's awesome. Yeah, and that's what they did to my movie too. They put it in so many languages,
Right.
you know, when they put it on their platform. And I was devastated because I think it's in about 15 languages. And I was like, wow, I want, you know, just for somebody to care enough about my movie that they would do that on their own and put it on these platforms. I don't even know who did it. I'll be honest with you. I don't even know who did it.
I know when we sold the rights to Spain, I ended up seeing a version of it that had subtitles, and it was all in Spanish, you know, and I had no idea who did it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And you know, that's the reason why I can't wait to start my series, because actually I think it's IDMB. Did I say that right? I always get those letters mixed up.
IMDb.
IMDB.
Yeah.
They've got under the title of the, I think it's them. It's one of the, somewhere I saw it. I got a picture of it. It says, "See what happens next" on M Pearls. And so I was like, God, how they know I'm gonna have a series.
You know, that's one thing. One reason why you should have a manager like Ace, because he keeps everything straight and he makes sure that things keep going, and you don't have to know anything other than when he tells you to know something. So I'm very thankful for Ace.
Winner.
Yeah,
You're not gonna have to talk.
Yeah, speaking of Ace, I would like to get your outlook on something. You being in the field that you are and the technology that you deal with, what are your feelings on AI?
I think AI is a fascinating technology that can be very, very dangerous in the wrong hands. And I say that because, you know, there are good people, there's bad people, right?
Right.
And you know, people are going to make use of this technology for just that, good and bad. So when it comes to entertainment, if you embrace it with the possibilities of paying a tribute to an artist like a Bobby Helms or a Michael Jackson or an Elvis Presley, you know, that could be just such a wonderful thing, right? To push that legacy into space generation. But, you know, if you're trying to persuade in an election or blackmail somebody who you want to hurt, you know, it's just so dangerous in that aspect. So there's the good and the bad. And with what we're doing, you know, we're entertainment-based, entertainment-focused. So we always want to do the project in collaborations with the full support of the estate or the widow or the families in some capacity. So that's my take on it. It's a two-edged sword that can be both good and dangerous.
Yeah, I can relate to you on that. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, I like technology too. But Linda, where are you? Are you still frozen? You're still frozen. Can we hear you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
can
we
hear
can at least hear you. Okay.
Well,
What
on my
questions do you have for John and Ace?
well, I think what they're doing is fantastic, and it'll be great to follow what's happening here with them. And I'm glad they got together. You know, sometimes it's just that connection that you
Uh-huh.
know that it just. I almost think these connections are God sent. You
Yeah.
know, when you run into the right person at the right time. And I think that's what's happened with them. I don't have any specific questions for them, but I'm very proud of what they're putting together.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
thank
Ace,
you. I agree with you.
I put my email address in here so that you can write it down, jot it down, so that you can contact me and we'll see what we can come up with. That great suggestion that John made, manager.
Yes, I
I
think
actually don't have an
that's
agent.
wonderful.
I did all that marketing myself, believe it or not.
Great
So
job.
thank you. Yeah, I did all the marketing about for my movie myself. I mean, I had to upload it to Amazon. I had to go through the you have to change your regular format footage, and I had to learn how to do all of that just to get that movie on myself because I didn't have any money to pay anybody to put it on there. Simple can tell you how long I went at
I
AWS. You
tell
know what
you,
I'm talking
I
about?
tell you what. Listen, I got to say
AWS.
this,
Uh-huh.
Emily. One night we was talking, and the next morning, oh, I think I'll do a movie, and and she did. She did the whole thing. She cast everybody. She gave me a role too, secretary, and
Maddie.
I'm excited about that. And she starred in the movie. Has a starring role, and then she got the cameraman, to do the thing. She wrote
We
the
have
whole
Richard.
script, and this is the first time in her life she ever done it. She did the
Yep.
whole thing herself.
So
Yeah.
can you talk about it? The title exactly again, so people can watch it.
Oh yeah, sure. It's M area pearls Pearls, and then AAL comma the movie.
Okay.
It's on the
Just
ticker
click on the
tape, and
banner.
I'm gonna put it on the screen.
Hey,
Okay.
I'm
Click
gonna
on the
give
banner.
everybody.
AAL, attorney at law.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just hit it. It's gonna come up in a minute, and I'm gonna show it on the screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you all a spoiler alert. She's been that way all her life, at least the 50 plus years that I've been around. Once she
Besides,
gets
you're
her,
gonna do something.
once she
Yeah.
gets her teeth sinked into something, oh, she's like a dog with a bone. She won't let it go.
I tell you
Yeah.
what, she really surprised me. I mean, overnight.
So, yeah, you imagine that. So imagine me of being there for around 50 plus years.
Yeah,
Well,
but
when
I
you
tell
take
her,
on a project like this, you have to become obsessed with getting it
Yeah,
done.
you
I
It
do.
imagine
just takes
so.
over
Really
your
do.
life.
Yeah,
And she's gonna do a sequence too.
Mm-hmm.
people and people on the set, they might get irritated with you, but you know what you got to have, the way you want it done, and you're in charge. You got to take charge. People may not like what you're doing, and that's what actors have a hard time doing. They always
Mm-hmm.
want to tell the director, why don't they do it this way, or try to make suggestions, especially when they know you. you know
Right. Let
but
them do their own movie then.
the director has to do their own thing when they're on the set, because they're already in a zone that nobody can figure out in the whole wide world but them. And like when I was writing the script, I had all of these people living with me every day, and I was like watching them in three or four different parallel dimensions as they moved, as they talked, as they dressed, and the things, the way that they did things, the way they talked, the way they walked, and I had to have it, And so the guy just happened to be German, descent and origin, that played the actor that played the role of the CEO, of the owner of the hedge fund company. So, and I needed that accent, and I needed that way that that Germans react to things, and their own expression. It's just not like American, right? And T.M. Garrett, Sybil,
That's it.
he was a star. He starred as the CEO.
Yeah, he did.
Company.
Wonderful job.
Oh, he's awesome. So y'all, Ace and John, if you get a chance, please take a look at it.
Absolutely.
If you got Roku, if any of you have Roku, you can put it in search on Roku. Just that title right there, and it'll send you straight to it. Yeah, and then, especially you, Ace, I want you to look at it and think about what I said, where I'm going with this idea from my series, so that when you and I talk, then we can see what we need to talk about, okay?
Absolutely. It's exciting. It's people like you, Emily, that inspire me, because, half the battle of anything is getting to the plate and saying you want to swing. And, it doesn't matter if you hit the home run the first time. If you keep swinging, it'll go out of the park.
That's right. Yeah, and thank you so much. And I'm like that. I'm not a I am. What is it? The starts with a P. I persevere.
Persistence.
I persevere. I'm not. I wouldn't say persistent. I persevere.
Perseverance.
Until I obtain the goal that I want. Until I get to where I'm going, because being persistent can also be irritating to other people. And the difference is when you persevere, you do it in a professional manner, and you do it in a cautious manner, and you do it in a roundabout manner to get to where you need to go and to get it done. But being persistent sometimes, now, the only place I am persistent, I can tell you this, she is right. Sybil is right. I'm very persistent on the set.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be done right.
Let's take a break, and John and Ace can tell Kathy, y'all won't be able to talk while the commercial's playing. But Kathy, you'll need to ask them how long they can stay with us. And if they're ready to go when we come back from our break, because we will happily let you guys go, because we, first of all, had the trouble with the studio, got you guys an hour behind your busy schedules, and just for you to take time out of your busy schedule to be with us is we just don't have the words, and we sure don't have the money to pay you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So,
and our shows are archived too. You can play them back.
Yeah. So we'll be back. I'll be playing a few commercials. I'm not sending anybody to the green room. So only do your moving and your drinking your cocktails during the commercial when you see it on the screen. All right. Look, y'all stick and stay. Don't go away. Sure, the show will be back.
Smushy butt, mushy cushy tushy butt, skinny butt, spinny with your mini butt, roly butt, eat your mustacholi butt, bony butt, riding on a pony butt, achy butt, drop it on dad's heady butt, naked butt, stop. Put a Huggies on that butt, cause only Huggies is the #1 fitting diaper with a curved and stretchy fit. So no matter what kind of butt you got, we got you, baby.
I am Conor McGregor. Multiple.
All right, we got another one coming.
This is Cassie. She never really paid attention to her credit scores until she got Credit Karma and used her scores to score more, like her first ride. When it was time to upgrade, she shopped around for a lower auto insurance rate to go with it. Even when she decided to blaze a new trail, Credit Karma helped her with an auto loan to get her where she was going. Where is she going? Credit Karma. Download the free money app where your hard work pays off.
Okay, hold on. What's going on? Oh, it's supposed to be another one.
Love is bigger than ever. The 3-row Subaru Ascent. Dog tested, dog approved. Love, it's what makes Subaru, Subaru.
Looks like we're back.
Okay, so we are back. Yeah. All right then. What I have decided is, since we started late, we're not going to do the Pearls Politics portion of the show. We'll do a short version of the 901 show because we want to let Linda talk. She's from Nashville, and she's being patient enough to come back and with us and stay with us, and we'll let her talk about what's going on in Nashville. Nashville is not 601, but I mean it's 901, but it's so closely tied to Memphis, and so she's our Nashville correspondent. So John and Ace, do you all have another extra 15 minutes to spend with us?
Do you have 15 minutes, guys?
Okay, great. Let me
because we wanted to show the exclusive photo that John.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
okay, go ahead. I'm bringing them back in the studio, and I think I saw Linda's moving now.
Oh, okay. Do you want to discuss it?
Hi, Linda.
Hey.
Let me move this. Let me move the text out of the way. It's blocking your face.
Oh, look what John's showing.
It's not
Yeah,
blocking.
show a little closer so we could see. Just a little. Okay.
Oh wow, that is nice.
Yeah,
Now
it's a
you in
picture
there?
of- It's Bobby and a singer by the name of Ronnie Self, who had a hit back in 1958 called Bopalina, and of course Buddy Holly.
Lena, I remember that.
That was Ronnie's hit, and then of course Buddy Holly's manager there with the cowboy hat on. And
Wow.
Bobby did several shows with Buddy Holly. He was on television with him on the Ed Sullivan Show, but they did some actual live shows together. And
Yeah,
I have
that's
this
right.
picture, and then let me trade out another one. Another
Okay.
one is Bobby, and Bobby's there, and
Yeah,
then the
that's
guy
good right
goes
there.
on the other side is Ernest Tubb, and
Oh wow, Ernest
Ernest got
Tubb.
Bobby started in the business years ago.
Wow, that's the
Oh,
youngest photo I ever seen of him. Wiping
Yeah,
the floor over you.
yeah,
that's fabulous.
and
I
like I said,
Country music star.
Bobby had two of the nudie outfits. The one was white with red on it. Then the other one was red with white. And the picture
yeah.
behind Ace is the one that is still surviving that we might be
Yeah.
able to get a hold of.
Cool.
And you know, I remember seeing them all on the Ed Sullivan Show because I used to watch it every Saturday night at 6 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
I
That's when
mean, no, it was Sunday nights at 6 o'clock. I
families
believe
got
it
together back
was.
then and watched television.
Yeah, because on Saturday nights at 6 o'clock, I watched the Hee Haw Show.
Yep.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw.
Linda, you were moving and you're frozen again. But can you go ahead and start your report for us for what's been going on in Nashville?
Yes, just technically wise, on my end, my screen is moving just fine, so we can't figure out why it's doing that. But hi to everybody from Nashville, and
Hello.
I know you have a full show here. I just have three little things. One thing that's been going on the last few weeks up here, maybe you guys have heard about it, but Jason Aldean put out a song. And it's not so much a song because his song came out a few
Video.
months ago, but he's got a video of people rioting, and apparently everybody got up in arms over it. And it's called "Try That in a Small Town." And then he
I
talks
heard
about
that. Yeah.
he
Yeah.
talks about
Yeah.
how his
They're trying to
grandfather's
say that.
gun and
Yeah,
stuff.
they're
So
trying to say. Yeah, they're making a whole row about it, trying to say that it's discriminatory.
Yeah, so that was a big thing going on the last couple of weeks, and people just
Yeah.
talking about. I've watched the video about 4 times. I don't know. I don't see anything in it, but all
I
I
don't
can
see
say,
anything, and it's just country.
I,
I don't.
and
I don't
and
see
I
anything in it.
and all I see is no. Maybe Ace and John can agree with me. No publicity is bad publicity, and he went right to #1 on the
It
country
went viral.
Billboard.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Sure did.
but I got to tell you something about today. The Billboard charts came out. He dropped to #21, and
Get out of the city. What?
Wow, that's a hard fall.
and they say that's the biggest drop ever in the country Billboard charts
Oh,
for,
wow.
for a #1 hit to go from #1 to 21.
Wow.
I saw the video too, but I didn't see anything wrong with it because it just encompasses what is going on in the world today.
Yeah, I think
And
so. But everybody can watch it, and I don't think it's an upsetting video to me. But
no,
but that's been the buzz the last few weeks around here. But like today to have the Billboard charts come out, and he plummeted the lowest ever to 21 from a #1 position.
Wow.
But and I got to tell you, up here we're all abuzz about Elvis too. I'm going to a show Saturday night. Bo Chase is doing an Elvis show. He's doing all the songs from his last concert that he did. And that's in Grompa's Music in Westmoreland, just about 25 minutes north of me. Small little country town, but they pull in the old country songs. So I hang out
Right.
there a lot to listen
Yeah.
to the old traditional songs. And then I just want to say one more thing. I'm coming down Monday, and I will be playing at Mary Stonebreaker's, a Rock in the Back Wall at 5 o'clock.
Yes,
and
that's right. We will be there.
Address
We gotta
on
be
that.
there.
Yeah, and it's a party
Yeah.
for the fans to get to know each other. And if you went to my Facebook, Linda Purrs, I will be pinning that address to the top of my page. I just want to
Yeah.
say one more thing, because I know, like I said, you have a full show. I am so excited that I am going to be seeing Robert Washington, who's the Black Elvis singer. And
Oh, really?
I have been wanting to see him for 3 years. He's in the New York area and he plays a lot in Vegas. But he is going to be at the Blues City Cafe on Tuesday night, and
On
I'm going
Beale
to go
Street.
see him. And I had a picture of him, but I'm frozen, so I guess I can't show you. But what's
Yeah.
interesting about Robert Washington, he's 64 years old. He's been doing his Elvis shows for 25 years.
Wow.
Since 1983, and he used to be. He went to an Elvis concert in 1974, and then he started singing Elvis songs. But he got his first appearance in 1983, and he has not stopped. And I'm excited about seeing him. Now, something I want to pass on about Robert Washington, you might be interested in, Emily. He's been in movies. He was in
a movie.
Yeah, he was in a movie called Almost Elvis. He was in a movie called Baby, Let's Play House. And he was in 2 documentaries called Almost Elvis and Elvis and Men Who Would Be King. And this is the big one. He was in The Notebook. You remember that movie years ago?
You mean the Green Book?
Yeah, Notebook came out about 2000. His name was Elgin.
The Notebook.
He had a name, so he wasn't just somebody in the background.
I don't know if I've seen that, The Notebook.
Oh, you need to.
Yeah, I've
Very
seen the title.
romantic.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's
I'll have to watch it. I'll have to look for it then. I'll watch it this weekend.
So I thought that was fascinating to find out he had been in some of these little movies going on. I thought you might appreciate those little nuggets about him.
Yeah, I do. And so will you video it when you're there and go live and let us see it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll be watching for you. What time you think it'll be on Tuesday night?
Oh,
that you'll be able to video.
His show is from 7 to 11. I might do a Facebook Live maybe between 7 and 8. But
that'll be good. I want to see him perform.
I will videotape and I'll post, and you could see it on my Facebook the next day.
Okay, that'll work.
Linda,
you don't even know what time they're going to come on stage.
What day is it again? To let everybody know again what day, so we can be prepared.
For Robert,
Tuesday.
Yeah, Robert Washington. Well, he's playing around Memphis at different places. Hernando's Hideaway, and the Champion.
Oh, Hernando's Hideaway. That's not too far from me. I didn't even know they still had that open.
Yeah, but Tuesday, 7 to 11 at the Blues City Cafe. But if you went to his Facebook, he has a brochure of where he's playing in Memphis.
Okay.
The other places.
But Linda is going to put her video. She's going to video him performing, and then she's going to put it on her page the next day, which will be Wednesday. Yeah. So look for if you haven't sent her a friend request, Kathy.
Okay.
Send Linda Purrs, Purrs. I know the writing is a little small.
Yeah.
But Linda Purrs.
Yeah. So I'll
type it in.
I said he's somebody I've been wanting to see, so I'm really excited that I'll be down in Memphis and I'll be catching up with Sybil and Emily on Tuesday for lunch. And I'm looking forward to meeting you guys.
Yeah, we're going to lunch and this will be the first time that we have been able to meet Linda, and other than on the show, so we've known her.
I don't know if you can tell, but I wore my Elvis T-shirt tonight in honor.
I see Elvis there.
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah. Okay.
And for 901 News,
I'll let you go.
Yeah, we're gonna see you.
Okay.
And for 901 News, y'all.
All right.
It's Elvis Week. Elvis Week starts tomorrow.
Well, it started today.
Started today. That's right. Today is the 11th. And Sybil, tomorrow is going to be where, Sybil?
Marlowe's Ribs and Restaurants, and I'm signing my book called "You're an Elvis Fan If."
Show your book.
Well, you would say that.
It's a good book. I bought 2 of them last year. It's really enjoyable, and it has Emily's special poem in there. I just love your poem in that
Thank
book.
you so much, Linda. That poem covers through generations, 3 generations of my family, and it is a true story. Tim and I don't know if he can recollect, but at that time he was about 8 years old, and we watched the procession of his funeral hearse come down Elvis Presley Boulevard, the whole procession.
Yeah.
And and so Sybil, I had wrote this poem in 2007 before I met Sybil, and it is published. And then Sybil asked me, she told me she was writing a book last year, and she told me that, asked me if she could put my poem in her book. I said, of course. So Sybil, yes, we see your book. You're an Elvis fan. Yeah.
And Sybil dresses up so cute. She's so adorable when she does her promos. You got to see her. Get lots of pictures.
There I am.
She looks like.
There you go.
Down home, countrified look. Yeah.
All her
I probably
original.
What, John?
I probably shouldn't say this, but I've heard that Ace does a really good Elvis impersonation.
I believe he can too.
Is that right, Ace?
He's got a look. He's got the look. Yeah.
I've been doing it ever since I was a little kid, so yeah, I have it down pretty good.
You want to do
it, Elvis?
Can you do it, or do you need
right
music?
now?
I don't know.
Yeah, some music would be cool.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I was just trying to brag.
I'm only joking now. You don't have to do it.
Let's give us a little bit. Let's a little taste and leave us wanting more.
Just like kind of an Elvis move.
Yeah, something.
Sing a song.
No, he doesn't have to sing, but maybe a little. Okay, go ahead.
I'll do a little move. That's a little dance.
Okay.
That was a good
work. That's good. That's good.
That'll work.
I was hoping that Ace might have a chance to
Ace?
explain a little bit more about the hologram business, because it is a little complicated, but I think he can simplify a little bit what the Bobby Helms process is to getting to that,
Yeah.
So so where do we go to see that? I need to type that in before y'all go.
Yeah, Ace, can I ask you a question? Did you have anything to do with the Whitney Houston hologram?
So funny you asked that. So early on, Base Hologram is the company that put that on. The 2 producers that kind of started the project early on, they came to me and asked me to produce the avatar for them. We went through many different variations of how to create Whitney, and because Whitney is such a beautiful icon, I wasn't willing to skimp on anything Whitney, because once she took the stage, it needed to look like Whitney and also sound like Whitney. And although we were going to be using her actual music,
yes,
if it didn't match, I just didn't want to be a part of it. So I backed out. Because it wasn't fully funded, and they wanted me basically to cut corners, and I said, I can't do that with Whitney. So I backed out, and when it first launched, it wasn't that good. It became a little bit better because they were making money, and they could actually invest more into the technology. I think the final product at the end of the showcase, which I think it ran for 7 months here in Vegas, they got the look down, but what they didn't have was the story and the kind of the passion that it needed. And it really could have been a knockout hit, I think, and it could have actually toured globally forever, because who would get sick of Whitney Houston? Nobody, right? But you have to have people who are passionate about the subject, the person. And if you don't have that, you're not going to produce a good product. So I think it was kind of sad and it after 7 months, but you know, I still get use for it. And if you get people involved who love Whitney dearly, I think it would be a smash hit.
I get it. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
And the great thing about the Bobby Helms hologram
John,
is that,
what was that, John? Go ahead.
I said
John.
the great thing about the Bobby Helms hologram is it's going to be around for Christmases forever. You know, it's been a hit song since 1957. So you can imagine what kind of a future the hologram will have and how many people will be hopefully cheered up by it and make their Christmas holidays even happier. And Bobby would like that.
So where can we see it now, or can we see it now?
Can't see it yet, but it is in development.
Oh, okay.
And hopefully you'll be able to walk in your local mall and bump right into Bobby Helms singing Jingle Bell Rock. Obviously, you hear it on the radio, you know, constantly every Christmas, but it's not going to be, you know, it's not going to be as powerful as actually seeing him sing it in front of you.
Right. So listen, you got my email, and then so when things start to get out there and get released, let me know, okay?
Yeah, can we just talk about one more thing with Ace? I was totally mesmerized by seeing Bobby Helms with it was kind of like an ET kind of figure, and Ace says his name is Adam Intergalactic, and he created that character. So can you tell us, Ace, about that?
Yeah, so you know, as a kid, I was always watching the Looney Tunes, and then you know, Bugs Bunny was, you know, one of the best cartoons on TV, and I always had a passion about
what's up that
character and being a big fan of the Muppets. You know, I learned to do 100 different voices as a kid, and I always wanted my own character. So you know, once I built Dream No More Studios and it kind of took off, I thought, you know, why not create my own IP? And what better IP to create than an alien, right? Especially kind of being a big fan of E.T. So I thought, you know, what would that alien do? What would he be? Well, why not play music? Why not be a DJ? Why not be a friendly alien who loves Earth and wants to spread peace and love? So that's who Adam Intergalactic is. He's a friendly alien. He's a DJ. He's come from a different galaxy, and he has his own music, and he can be in 20 different locations at the same time. So, you know, the short story behind Adam is that he's always been around and he helped create life on Earth. And so he's always been in spaces where there's been these dramatic moments. And he was actually friends with Bobby Helms in some story. So there's pictures of him. And
Adam's been around a long time then.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like it.
A billion years.
Funny his name is Adam because they just released an AI robot for school kids named Adam as a friend, and they can talk to this robot. You know, like girls grew up with dolls for their best friends, but this robot is all AI, kind of like an Alexa thing. And so they just coming out with it on the market.
And now it begins.
Now it begins, yeah.
So now we're going to need an Eve, you guys. Come on.
Yeah. So listen, John and Ace, you guys have been a thrill and so patient with us. Let's give them a round of applause, y'all. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, y'all really been great, and we love you. And I know the kids are gonna love Adam, right, kids?
Oh yeah.
All right. So listen, closing word. We'll start with Tim. Thank our guests for your closing remark.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, John and Ace, man, for coming to spend time with us and giving us the good information that you did give. And I personally would be looking for things coming out from you all. So, yeah, once again, just thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Amen. Linda.
Well, thanks for having me today. And I really do like our Nashville Memphis connection because we have a lot, these two towns have a lot in common. And I'm
Yes.
looking forward to meeting you and Elvis Week.
Yeah, I can't
See
wait
you
for
down
Monday
there.
night. I'm gonna do a live video. I'm gonna definitely do Facebook Live. So, and guess what, Linda? I'm bringing my walker so I can sit on it and be right up front.
Okay, man.
That's always my excuse to get front row seat.
I'll throw you a
That'll
scarf.
work.
Yeah, but yeah, I will need it because I just don't know about how far we'll have to walk. But Sybil says she'll get
It's a big
Richard drop us off
backyard.
at the door. And
Uh-huh.
but we'll see. But I just like to have it. I can put my purse in it, or my hands can be free to have my phone. Don't have to have a purse hanging on a chair or on my shoulder. I just put it in my little compartment on my walker, and I'm good to go. Stabilized, not mobile. All
Alrighty.
Sounds
Nice.
good.
right. Several closing remarks.
Oh yeah. Well, John, Ace, both of y'all. I hope you come back on the show because you have so much to information, and
Yes.
maybe somebody will do a movie called The Jingle Bell Rock. And so, looking forward to having your holograms pop up in Emily Pearl's movie,
I
and
think they
maybe y'all can
already
have a
have a
spot.
movie called Jingle Bell Rock.
Oh, you do?
And
Oh my
I think
goodness.
they do. I think it's an
Well,
old
they
movie.
do. Oh, they do. Do you
it's
have
probably
I mean, I don't
way
know who made
in
it,
the
but I think
past.
they got it. John, isn't there a
It's a
movie
great
out?
title. Yeah, and we hope
Because you
that you
don't.
can come
I
back
mean,
on.
they don't have the copyright problems with titles, right?
Not that I
You
know of.
can't
No.
copyright titles, but I think it's already a Christmas movie out called Jingle Bell Rock.
Well, we can research, but anyway, it just sounds great. So I hope you two can just remain in touch with us and come back on again.
That's right.
And Linda,
That'd be
always
nice.
happy to see you. Um,
Definitely.
looking
Can't wait to
forward.
see you for lunch, Linda. Yeah.
I know
I know. It'll be
We're
great.
we
eating at
have
the
lunch.
Old Fashioned Cupboard restaurant in Memphis, Tennessee that has sponsored our show for a long time. And oh God, they sponsored us for at least 8 years, right? Several.
Long time.
And yes, and Kathy, your closing remarks.
Well, I just thought of something. Instead of Adam and Eve, you could call it Adam and Evelyn. So it would be exactly
Ah,
the same. I like that because it's like a long version of the name Eve. But yeah, thank you guys so much for doing this. This is really wonderful. And all the information we could only get here from you
yeah,
with this exclusive. So thank
yeah.
you so much. Now, John, for the distribution on the song with all the various artists, of course, it's going through Wolf Entertainment. So we should probably have them go look on their website, right?
They can go
Or,
to their website or go to one of the streaming services, whether it's
right.
Spotify or iTunes or whichever one you go to, and
Yeah.
all
Those
the
two.
different languages should be on there. If you
Okay.
put
And
in
now,
Jingle Bell Rock, and I think a lot of them will pop up.
yeah, now it's wolfentertainment.com.au, just to let you know, because there is another Wolf Entertainment out there. So people might.
Oh, Australia.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that's what Helmut had it for 20 years there. But we're wishing you the best of luck, and of course Elaine and everyone else associated with it, Skip Martin and Helmut Wolf, and we're
Yes.
hoping it does really, really good. Because for the last 3 years, wasn't it number 3, John?
That's
In
true.
all
That has
genres?
been.
Was it all genres of music or just Christmas? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
Okay, just curious. All right. Well, thank you very much, you guys.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you guys so much. And so for me, I want to thank, of course, our renowned guests that we had tonight with us. And they were so patient with us because we had a problem with the studio, as I mentioned earlier. And for them to take that much time and to put up with us and stick with us and do this for us, it just means a lot. It means that We just made 2 new friends.
We loved every
Yeah.
minute of it.
Yes.
Thank you.
And and listen, I'm going to be publishing and marketing everything you guys do. Kathy will send it to me. Just send it to Kathy because I do a lot of heavy marketing, as you can tell from having to do my own market, my own movie myself. But I have a systematic way to do that, and now I don't have to do it the hard way. But when you remember when you had to go to each website or each SEO, each search engine, and enter it, and then go to the next search engine and enter. Where I have a system now that goes sends to 140 search engines at one time, and I also make 2,890 backlink connections. So yeah, and I do that once a week. So I guess you can see, I can see, I couldn't really see it, but I forgot about that's probably the reason why my movie was able to get to the point of those many views, because I actually did this religiously every week, So I am a marketing freak. So send your stuff to Kathy and I'll get it out there for you.
And one more quick thing. Don't forget to visit Adam Intergalactic, and don't forget to go visit Bobby Helms and them together on dreamnomorestudios.com.
Okay.
All right.
All right then. And listen, Kathy, you can the show will be ready for viewing right after we end it. And so, Kathy, if you want to, you can go in there and type in those links, because people can still make comments after we're not live. They can make comments while they're watching the replay. Yeah. You can type anything in there that you want to.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and that's what happens. A lot of people, they watch our shows over the weekend, then they watch them again on Monday. And then we have people that watch our shows like several weeks later. And then now, because that comments will come, it'll pop up. I'll get a notification from Facebook, so and so commented on your post, and then I'll look at the post, and it's a show from 2 months ago. So.
Okay.
Well, John and I would love to connect with all of you on LinkedIn as well. If you're all on LinkedIn, it's a powerful networking tool. So we're on there. We're always posting, and we'd love to connect there.
Okay, sure. I'll take care of it. Just let's send all your links to Kathy for me. I think she sent them to me. I'll double check my email.
I think I did, but I'll do it again.
Yeah, and I can get that out there on all the search engines and also my backlinks. And I do it once a week. And the reason why I don't do it every day is because I have to give it a chance to get registered as a submission. And because if I do it too fast, then it'll cancel out. So I do it once a week so that it'll give it a chance to get submitted. And it's like a cycle that just keep going. Because when everything you put in these search engines, if you notice that when you can search for the same thing like this week, and then you'll see what's at the top. The first thing at the top, it will be something different. If you search the same thing every week, there'll be a new link that has moved up to the top. And so that's how.
That's interesting. Thank you very much, Emily.
Yeah. So that's how you do that, And,
okay. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you guys so much.
Very much.
And I am going to say my closing tonight because I want to thank our audience, because we couldn't do it without you guys. And we know that you guys appreciated the show tonight, and y'all will be watching and sharing, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, well, thank you guys so much. Because what we do for you. So to all of my pearls in the listening audience tonight, a pearl is defined as a precious thing. It is the finest example of something special. So it doesn't matter whether you are rich or poor. You, my pearls, are a special thing. You are the finest example of someone special. All right. And as we say around here in the Emily Pearl studio, listen, don't hate them, congratulate them. And if you deem it and mean it, I promise you, my pearls, everything good that you do with what team?
Come back.
Come back.
Come back to you. That's our time. Good night, everybody.
Good
Good
night.
night, y'all.
Oh,
Good
we're back.
night.
Hi.
And
It was a lot of fun. Thank you so much.
good night, and we thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.